Sabi niya, itago mo. Huwag mong sasabihin kahit kanino kasi walang makakaintindi sa'yo. You chose a sad life. You will end up alone. People like you, go to hell. I had to remove all my colors just to be accepted, just to be successful. Pero nung maging piloto ako, sabi nila, bawal ang katulad mo dito. Hindi ka dapat piloto. Kanino ka nakipag-sex para lang makapasok sa airline na to? Lahat yan kinaya ko. Because I have built a wall with the people whom I thought were my allies. Until one day, sinabi ito ng isang taong akala ko supported me unconditionally. Huwag ka makikipag-sex kasi my form of sex, my form of expressing love is a sin. Huwag ka magpapakasal kasi ang kasal para sa lalaki at babae lang. Huwag ka magpapamilya kasi hindi yan totoong pamilya kung walang nanay. Huwag ka rin mag-aanak kasi kawawa naman yung anak mo kung dalawang tatay nito. Sayang ka. This was from someone I depended on. And it felt like he took a brick from the wall that I had built, which made my whole defense crumble. This broke me, and it was good, because it started a revolution inside me. This event served as a catalyst for the revolution that was brewing inside me. As society placed me in a box for 30 years, telling me what I can and cannot do. Every member of the LGBTQ+ community experiences discrimination in varying degrees in one form or another. But these negative experiences are instrumental in making the community stand up and say, enough. I cannot wait for others to accept me before I could be proud of myself. Pride had to come from me. June 28, 1969, at a gay bar in New York, isang drag queen named Marsha P. Johnson, fueled by the anger from years of violence and discrimination, fought back and threw a brick at the police raiding the Stonewall Inn. At ako naman, fueled by my anger, threw a brick at my oppressors and promised that I will never again accept discrimination. For the next 6 days after Marsha threw that first brick, there were riots and protests. The streets were filled with members of the LGBTQ+ community who were challenging the oppressive government. I too had to challenge my own belief system, my faith. I had to reevaluate the people whom I called allies. In 1970, a year after the Stonewall riots, was the first ever Pride March. Except it wasn't like the Pride March that we know of today. Walang glitter, walang parties, walang parade. It was called the Gay Liberation March. Once I have challenged my own oppressors, that was the only time I ever felt free. I can still remember my first Pride Parade in Melbourne. I can remember dancing in the rain to a Cher song. Pride has evolved over the past few decades. What started off as a riot is now a celebration of the strides that the LGBTQIA+ community has taken to end violence and oppression. So let's never forget that Pride isn't only about parties and parades. Pride is a protest. Pride is about human rights. Pride is being unapologetic of who you are and who you love.
Stepping out, it's Friday night.
June 26, 1994 was the first ever Pride Parade in the Philippines. In 2018, Manila Pride drew 25,000 members of the LGBT community and allies, becoming one of the largest Pride celebrations in Southeast Asia. 8 years ago, the other pilots used to call me names. They used to pass my pictures around and laugh at me for being different. But just recently, my company reached out to me and asked me to inspire others to become allies in this fight for equality. Never could I imagine na the day would come where I would be in my pilot's uniform, waving the rainbow flag.
That I'm not giving up in the name of love. I'm not giving up yet on you.
Pride may be for the LGBTQIA+ community, but this message is for everyone, straight or queer, who has ever experienced discrimination. You deserve love. You deserve success. You deserve a safe space in this community. You are worthy, and never let anyone tell you otherwise. Pride starts with you. Happy Pride.
In behalf of the Pilot Talk Show, we would like to say that we are very proud of Pilot Mike for having the courage to express himself. And for the LGBTQ community, continue what you are doing and continue the fight for equality.
Talent has no gender. We in the Pilot Talk Show supports a workplace that is diverse and inclusive, as long as you have the proper skill set and tools to do what the job demands from you, and as long as you're passionate about it. By all means, follow it. No one should stop you from following your dreams. Happy Pride to all!
Happy
Ayun.
Bigla ako
ready.
Bigla ako gumanon.
2, 1. Happy Pride!
Yung I Kissed a Girl.
She's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything.